and gentlemen, on behalf of the Big Ten Conference, welcome to tonight's Big Ten Tournament first round game between the number 11 seed. At the end of our third game with the final score, Indiana 55, Penn State 61.
Coach, can you just talk about the difference between the first half and the second half? What were they doing maybe defensively in the first half?
Second half just played worse, Tony. We just played really tight the first half. Played not to make mistakes, and then we make mistakes. So the second half we're a little more fluid offensively. Jim played a little better. Our guys played a little better individually, which makes things a lot easier.
Individually, speaking of guys, talk about Drew Jones and the effort he gave you, 12.7 rebounds.
Tonight, I thought he did a great effort defensively. Got some rebounds, scored the ball a couple times. I thought he had a very nice game for us, and he just played off the other guys.
How big was Jermaine Marshall in the first half coming off the bench?
I thought he really came in. I talked to the kids here today about affecting the game in a positive way, whether it's a big rebound, whether it's a big defensive stop, whether it's making a basket. Those guys off the bench kind of come on and affect the game and be positive for us.
Looking ahead to Wisconsin, what do you need to do tomorrow night to get a victory?
Well, we got to take care of the ball. I mean, we had silly turnovers tonight that led to easy baskets for them. We can't do that against that team, and that'd be really important. We got to continue to rebound. They're big, they're long. We got to rebound the basketball. Keep them off the glass.
Joined by Jeff Brooks. Well, Jeff, when you look at the first half, you got that putback right as the buzzer's getting ready to sound. How much confidence does that give you heading into the second half?
To be honest, it helped me refocus. That was an aggressive play, trying to throw guys around, getting to the rim, trying to get that last tip in, and it went down for me, and I just felt like I had a lot of weight lifted off my shoulders. I finally got a field goal to go in for me, and I was just fine after that. I came out in the second half more aggressive, and made plays for my basketball team.
What was it they were doing that was challenging in the first half?
To be honest, they were playing great defense. In the post, they were making me force shots, trying to force position in the post and everything, and I think they did a very good job defensively on us. But in the second half, we persevered, with guys like DJ and Drew Jones stepping up, and Jermaine Marshall playing a great game today off the bench, and I think we did a better job in the second half of being relaxed and just going out there making plays.
Talk about your last basket, minute 34 left on the clock, spin move off the glass that really kind of iced the game. What did you see on that play?
Well, he gave me both ways to go, and I know everybody knows that I can go right, so I gave him something else. I went left, and drove, and it was working for me in the second half, driving left and spinning back right. They weren't prepared for that move, and I put it on them again, and got a big basket for us, and that put us up by 6, and we was able to keep that lead into the win.
Like you said, a win in a tournament's always a great thing. You live on to play another day. Talk about the opportunity in front of you tomorrow against Wisconsin.
It's going to be a great game. Wisconsin, it's going to be a great atmosphere in here. It's the last game of the night, so and we know we've had battles with them. We beat them at home. They beat us pretty good at their place. Now we're 1-1. We're going to see who's going to come out 2-1.
One last thing. Talk about Drew Jones tonight, how active he was on the glass and scoring.
He just stepped up like a senior. He just came out here playing aggressive, being strong, and he had a great time out there, too. He was smiling, and yelling with a lot of emotion, playing this game. And if he does that for the rest of the way for us, we're going to be just fine.
Well, joined by Andrew Jones. Drew, can you talk about the difference between the first half and the second half? What were you seeing on the floor that was different?
I think we picked it up defensively. We did a pretty good job in the first half defensively, getting out to a low lead. I think it was like 9-2 or something like that. And they got some plays, and then that crowd kind of got into it. And the game was a game of runs. We made a run, they made a run, but in the second half, I really think we buckled down, defended, and rebounded well. And really down the stretch, do what we need to do to get buckets.
For you personally, 10 of your 12 points in the second half, active on the glass. Talk about your night tonight.
I just wanted to, be aggressive and be a force down there for my team. I know we needed really big rebounds. Tom Pritchett does a great job hitting the glass. He's a really strong kid, wide body, so I had to kind of, not allow him to get offensive rebounds, but at the same time, me attack the glass offensively.
When things were tight until you guys started going into the paint a little bit more, and then you pulled away a little bit. How difficult was it to get into the paint in the first half? What were they doing specifically that was maybe making things a little more difficult than it was in the second half?
Well, the type of player Taylor is, it really didn't want him to kind of affect the game. So they really tried to take him out early, and he did a great job of finding other guys, getting the ball to the high hand. Jack really came on towards the end of the first half, and then all throughout the second half. So I think just the adjustment to really use Taylor more as a decoy, other guys open. He did a great job of driving and kicking, driving and dumping down. So coupled with the defensive intensity, I think that's how we pulled it out.
Moving on to another day to play Wisconsin tomorrow night. You beat them at home, lost to them up there. What do you need to do tomorrow night to get another victory?
We got to play great defense. Those guys really run their offense, and they run it well. Very rarely they turn over the ball. So we just got to keep them in front, contest all their shooters. A lot of them are really good players, really good shooters, and rebound the basketball. We'll be fine.
What type of opportunities in front of you guys now with a win tonight? Build some confidence. Get potentially 3 more days here. Can you talk about that opportunity?
It's just, it's everything you could ask for out of a senior season. We have an opportunity to win games. Potentially win this tournament and get to the NCAA tournament.
Here with Jermaine Marshall. Jermaine, just talk about what you were able to bring off the bench in the first half. 7 points, a couple big shots. Can you talk about that?
I think the biggest thing, I brought a lot of energy. Some guys weren't able to hit shots, and fortunately I was able to come in and hit 2 big threes and knock down a free throw. And I think that's the biggest thing I brought off the bench.
Defensively, what were they doing that was challenging for you on offense?
I think the biggest thing they do is ball screens. They set a lot of screens in transition and even in their earth call. I think that's the hardest thing you got to adjust to.
We'll talk about the fact that you win in a tournament, you advance, you got Wisconsin tomorrow night.
Yeah, it was a great win. We got to put this behind us. Tomorrow we got to look towards Wisconsin. They're a great team, and we got them one time. We split with them, and they got us out their place. And everybody's pumped up and try to go out and get this win tomorrow.